Well, Wasilla Lube Express had an advertising campaign in the past, and they had some new products since they had done that, and they really wanted to make sure the community was aware. We sat down and had a conversation about what their future goals were, what their growth goals were. There was a whole lot of questions. I go in with curiosity with every client that I talk to, how they measure success, and really just how we can really work together well. So from the CNA, the key details that I knew that they wanted to work with was that they wanted to make sure that they were distinct from their competitors as a family-owned business. And they also wanted to increase by 20%. We have tire rotation here in Alaska that every season people change from winter to summer tires. And that's a very important thing for that kind of business. So that being part of your advertising campaign for people to know, by this date, you have to have your tires changed. And they were opening up a new car wash at their location. So they wanted to make sure that they were, making that really visible, and that their car wash was around about $10 less than their competitors. After we had the CNA, I went back and looked through all my notes from training because, all that was fresh on my mind. And I looked through all of the documentation we have on GDM 360 and all of our products, and just kind of rehashed it and thought through it. I used Gray Eye to kind of integrate some of these things into a really useful presentation. And then I brought it into the BGP, and that was one of the things that I wanted to use as my presentation when I delivered the pitch to them. So when I put all that together, it was a marvelous, wrapped with a bow presentation that they really received very well, and they chose the most expensive option. And they decided to go for a $180,000 buy-in. So when I gave them the three options, for GDM 360, I made it clear that there's a certain investment that's a minimum and for a certain amount of time. So they knew that we were going to have a campaign for at least a certain amount of time. And we actually did settle in on a year. And I think they were sold on the fact that for me, the relationship is the most important thing, and that my relationships with all my clients is that I want to see them grow. We are a tight-knit community, and everything that I do will follow me as I move forward. So everyone knows that we're kind of held accountable to work together and to think long-term about what these relationships really mean. And so in that sense, they were really confident in the way that I presented it and the way that I was sharing that these are the benefits you can look to, and we're gonna meet every so often to talk through these things. You're going to have a dashboard to look at the numbers. I'll help explain any of the things that aren't super clear. And so that they felt like they had agency over their own campaign, and they understood that big picture, this product was something that was going to help their business grow. One great result is that the client is much more data-driven and data-minded. So now they think a lot more about using certain product codes to be able to track certain campaign pieces. And so now they are becoming more savvy on how to be more data-driven themselves. And we can have more intelligent conversations about what is working, what might be tweaked as we move along.